I haven't ordered a buy above this bull reversal bar. It has a tail on top, and we've had a lot of bear bars in a row, but it's a big gap down, opening tight trading range, and then breakout pause and second leg down. So 3 pushes down total. After a big gap down, I think it's a reasonable buy above, especially if it doesn't trigger on this bar and forms an II. But I still think it's okay to hold for a couple legs up if this buy signal triggers. I just think it would be better if it did and formed an II.
Stop filled.
Got filled there. I think it's a pretty good entry bar. Um, Looking for a couple legs up, maybe up to the 3 low or the moving average if it catches up. That would be nice to have trigger. It didn't trigger on this bar, but that would be a higher low or a double bottom signal bar. Still looking for a second leg up, and ideally would like the second leg up to be a strong breakout. If we get another sell signal up here after getting a new high, then I'll see that as 2 legs up and I'll exit below. But it'd be nice to see this bar accelerate up and break strongly above the neckline of the double bottom. I'm tempted to take off part at the lower high here. I think I should, just because it's already been 2 legs up. If it raced all the way up, then I wouldn't really care as much. But because it has already pulled back and it's a second leg up, I think I might do that. Even though there are targets above in the 3 low and the moving average. I'm not sure what I should do. It's risk mitigation, but not in an area with good math, because I'm still taking profits at less than 1 time my risk, but that's only because of disappointment, so I think it might be okay to do that.
Order filled.
I took off 2 E-mini contracts there, and I'm looking to see if we can accelerate up or continue up to the 3 low and the moving average. Hoping for a stronger breakout than this, but I think it's okay because we closed above the neckline and potentially going to get follow through here, so it might be okay for a continued rally. I'm going to move my stop to break even and trail my stop 5 points below every bar, unless it closes on its low, which would make it a low 2. Otherwise, I'll trail it 5 points below every bar.
Stop filled.
I'm glad I talked myself into exiting part at this lower high. I think I'm okay with that, with getting out there, because I still thought there was a chance that we'd go up to the 3 low and moving average, and because it dropped so much, I think this increases the chances of more sideways. So I would have preferred it to go straight up with small pullbacks, and I put my stop in a place where if it triggered, then the pullbacks probably weren't small. So I'll see if I can find another buy, because I still feel like it's a big gap down, and this area is probably low in a trading range, but I would need to find a good buy signal. And after the strong breakout and follow through of the neckline, I thought if I have my stop 5 points below the bar, then I'm risking about 8 points, but there's still 10 points up to the moving average and 8 points up to the 3 low. So I thought it was more likely that we go up to those targets than down with a deep pullback. So I thought having my stop there was still made the math okay. And I thought it was better than just taking it all off here when there were obvious targets higher. So it looks like we didn't go more sideways, and instead got the breakout and follow through above this double top bear flag. So I could have held long, but I think I'm still okay with the stop. After the breakout and follow through, I bought the close, so I'm long 5 micro contracts here with a stop 5 points below this the follow through bar, and looking for a strong break above the moving average, potentially test the open of the day and the high of the sell climax here. We have a bear signal bar. It's coming after the follow through bar, so I think it's not a good sell, but I'm still going to have my stop 2 points below the bear signal bar in case we trigger it and fall 2 points. But otherwise, I want to stay in to see if we can break strongly above the moving average. Now I move my stop below the bear bar because it would be outside down, which would be a little bit stronger. But still, I think these three bull bars are strong enough that we should get a more significant second leg up. But I just want to limit my downside risk in case we need a deeper pullback. And I can tell like I'm still not making the correct reads in terms of what's happening with the price action. So here I made a read to exit 5 points below, and it continued higher. And here I may exit below here and we get a second leg up and break strongly above the moving average. So I may be wrong both times, but I feel like I'm, compared to 6 months ago, I'm really giving it a chance, and really being a little bit more patient with setups that can be swing setups. And even this, taking part off here at the lower high, taking the 2 contracts off, I had to convince myself to take it off, whereas before I have to convince myself to stay in. So I think that's progress in terms of being patient and letting the moves that have a chance to be a swing play out a little bit. And even though I'm making the wrong reads here, maybe the correct stop is just to keep it below the lower high, or the higher low, sorry. And I didn't do that, but I know the mindset is definitely a little bit better here as well. I did have an urge to exit here when it started to pull back, but I thought, now I'm risking 2 points. So worst case, I lose 2 points. But if we do get the strong breakout, then I'll make much more than that. So I think my mindset has shifted a little bit in the right direction, and now it's just about making a little bit better reads in terms of where the stop should be and how much room to give it.
Stop filled.
So got stopped out there. I was up 85, I think, so lost $50 there. But I think that was a reasonable buy to close after the breakout and follow through. And maybe I do have to exit on the high close after the disappointment bar, but I'm not sure if that's necessary. So I'm happy with the progress in terms of the patience, but I'll see if the read is right and adjust over time for these types of setups to see where the best type of stop is to maximize the reward on these setups. I just bought above this bull signal bar, seeing it as a lower low major trend reversal, and a breakout here, and then a double bottom with the buy signal. It's right below the moving average, but getting a lot of buying pressure at every low, so I thought it was a reasonable swing buy, maybe up to the high of the sell max here. So I'm going to give it a shot to see if we can break strongly above the neckline. Trading 2 micros and risking 8 points. So that's about $80, risking $80. So I guess it was just a tight trading range, and bought too high right at the moving average in the tight trading range. I'm not sure how to make that read. It looked like a good setup, but maybe the bar is too big, too close to the moving average, too close to the high of the tight trading range. But that's really discretionary, so maybe that comes with more experience, but that's a tough read to make. Or, I mean, at least for me. Maybe it's obvious to others, but for me, that's a tough read. I'd be willing to take a 2-point loss on it, just because that's not the kind of bar I wanted to see. So if we do get up there to 42.30, I'll take a 2-point loss.
Order filled.
I lost $20 there. Obviously, not the right call, at least for now. If we break strongly above the moving average and get follow through, I might buy again, but that's tough. I mean, that's not the kind of bar I want to see after my buy signal. So, yeah, that's tough.